Okay, it should be working now. I hope. Oh, thank goodness. I was so scared. I was so scared that I would not be audible. Alright. We got a test subject over here. I already drew her last stream, but I'm gonna draw her again. Oh yeah, this thing is new. Yeah, so cute. Um, yeah, this is a Field of Mystery, a sprite that I repurposed because I'm not exactly the most energetic person when it comes to making new sprites, you know. Reduce, reuse, recycle, or whatever the saying is. But yeah, for this stream, I'm just like messing around, honestly. Um, all drawings here are just, you know, whatever. But um, any like questions or like comments that can be addressed right now? I mean, like I'm still working on comic stuff, but um, I'm not exactly a professional anything. So yeah, that's totally fair. Kind of been having like a lame day, honestly. So this is like the highlight of my evening. Like I've been doing nothing. Job searches have been plummeting. There has been absolutely no progress with anything. The market is desolate. It's awful. Damn. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I don't have to do homework anymore. I mean, that was for now, but I hope that changes actually. when you're unemployed and out of school, it's like actually so mind-numbingly boring some days. It's been dreadful, honestly, so I have to like make my own work. Yeah, I had to um take a gap year because I was so afraid of like everything about college. It isn't like even like the social stuff that gets me anymore. It's like something else. I don't know exactly what it is, but with how much time I have to soul search before next fall, I'll figure it out. Oh, hold on. Twas but a minor interruption. Um, but yeah, good lord, this house is noisy. The stream might have to be cut short because I have like dinner stuff because apparently humans need to eat, but um you know what I might do since I don't feel like doing a full illustration? Like I'll keep this here, but I could probably make like new stickers. I totally forgot which ones I have in the server already. Hold up. 6 is actually insane. I think I think you're a much stronger person than I am because I would not make it with 6 people in one house. Yeah, I have like there's like 4 other stickers in the server right now, but yeah, the ones right now they're not very Legends of Cloverfield based, and I would like to change that. Hmm. We do need like I do need like another boost in order to actually have more stickers, but That's I would never ask someone to put their money into Discord. That is evil. That is just evil. The fact that we have to pay to have stickers is crazy to me. But whatever. Whatever, man. I can at least, at the very least, do like little chibis. Gender neutral chibi things. Oh, please do not spend your money on Discord. It is an evil app. Evil, evil app. Although I won't complain that much if you do. Okay, that is a very sweet thing to say. Hmm. I'm thinking about like stuff um I could probably like share about the characters right now without like making like massive spoilers. I need to like leak the premise of my own story in order to get interest in it. Like not even just for like other people, but for myself. Oh, you know what? Since I don't think I've shared this in the thing yet, but where is this sucker? Uh, yeah, sneak peek. We got all their like little gem things. We got Bluebird. which I briefly had like a little doodle with him somewhere. But yeah, this is like his full design now. Um, which frankly I just totally forgot to share. It's not even like confidential or anything. He's just kind of here. But yeah, we got all of like all the little gem things. So so cute. See? Yeah, he has a very cozy looking outfit. So like something I consider with all of the character designs is like their practical uses. So Bluebird's outfit is based on South Asian and European outfit styles. So like the tunic, for example, um, it's like yeah, you know. He also has like a bunch of little shiny doodads, which I know that's going to be a pain to draw later, but yeah, it had to be done. Um, yeah, I also wanted to add a lot more purple into his design, for numerous reasons. Uh, oh yeah, very very crow of you. Um, yeah, I love his design very much. Honestly, I like the duality of like uh warm colors to cold ones. So like even just like in skin tone and everything. So like warm, more warm, and we go colder and colder. Definitely on the more cold side. What else can I say about his design? Because usually I have like there's like all sorts of like little facets. Oh yeah, for one, um if you take a look at his belt here and then you look at a clips, their belts mirror each other. So that's like a little Easter egg, I guess. Um, yeah. What's even better is like the inner parts, purple and yellow, or opposite sides of the color wheel, and um, not really spoilers, but Eclipse and Bluebird, they're supposed to be like parallels. They're like opposites, complete opposites of each other. So like even like down to the shape language. Uh, so we see like a lot of very circular points in Bluebird's design. So with the little hanging things, and in his belt he has that like that. It's like a repeated thing in his design. Um, and then in Eclipse's design, you have like these like angular little stripes, and then you also see in her gem, it is a diamond, and like even like the shape of her pants is like flared out like that at the bottom. It's just like generally very sharp and pointy, which you know that's very fitting for a character like her. And like you can even like see in their bangs, his bangs. are like super swoopy and soft and round. Hers are super sharp. I think like another notable thing about character design that I just like generally like to think about is like the colors and color distribution. So obviously, Bluebird is the benefactor of nature. So he has like a ton of green in his design, but he also has a lot of complementary purple that ties back to the benefactor of Earth because they have a very, very close relationship in the story, even though I haven't um, shown her yet, you know? Um, she's also another angular character, but she's like more boxy. Like, you know, I don't know exactly what this shape is called, but it's like a squeezed traffic sign. I don't know, something like that. But it also reflects, though all their shapes really reflect each other. But yeah, he's so cutie patootie. So, so cutie patootie. Um, Another thing I really am excited to share about the comic is their abilities. Because like you would expect from like um for the benefactors, the people with the fancy little abilities that, you know, the gems don't give it to them, but the gems are like, how do I explain this? The gems are like artifacts that were made a long, long time ago. They actually have like no value whatsoever beyond like historical value. Um, they're just kind of like little trinkets given to the benefactors. Um, it's like almost like a conduit for communication between the benefactor and their god or their patron god. So, um, Bluebird's patron god. Wait, I gotta find her. His patron god is actually a goddess, Wisteria, which damn, her image blew up. Which you can even like see like just like little similarities between them. Again, with like the little bangles. Um, and then of course he has wisteria in his hair, which is also purple. So like there's like a lot of undertones with how I use the color, like in a narrative sense. So, um, yeah, I shared this like I'm not quite sure how long ago, but yeah, if you look in the lore chat, um, there's just like file upon file. There's like all sorts of art with like little things in it. But like I have like all sorts of little Easter eggs in the design. In fact, if you look at Wisteria, this like little splash art I made of her, um, she has a little bluebird in her hands, which of course. But yeah, Earth is like meant to convey like it's not even just like the premise of Earth, but like the colors purple. Um, Purple is often associated with motherhood in the story, like not even just like like, oh, this character's purple and they're gonna have like children, like obviously he doesn't, but purple is like, yeah, you are getting an insider scoop. No one else is here from my knowledge, but yeah, all of the purple, um, it's connected to motherhood in the sense that like either like the character has a strong affinity with it or their character itself has like, you know, they have like mommy issues. Purple people have mommy issues, something like that. But yeah, I loved painting this so much. It says there's two people. That's scary. Okay. I hope maybe the other person's me, but who knows? Who knows? I'll let them keep their secrets. I don't know how that works either, because like I'm watching stream through the studio. So it's like, who knows? Who really knows? There's like, yeah, maybe it's a ghost. Who knows? But yeah, purple and the symbolism of motherhood. But it's just, yeah. But yeah, Wisteria is meant to be like almost like a Mother Earth sort of themed character. And Bluebird, he's a little bit more complicated than that, but yeah, I really can't wait to show like what his abilities do in the comic because like they're all elemental based, but um they're not like I try to veer it away from how what is it called? Uh, I just lost my train of thought. Like derailed. Well, like the premise of it is basically that I try to keep it like away from like your typical like earthbender, airbender sort of stuff. Like this ain't our avatar. This is some of those powers were kind of scary, I'm gonna be honest. Um so like for Eclipse as an example, as the benefactor of Sky, um her ability, I don't know how much of this I want to give away, but there's a lot of fear mongering surrounding Eclipse because she's like a fugitive in the story. So like from the get go, like people don't like her. Okay. So she's crazy and wonderful. But she literally runs a cult, so yeah. She's so cute though. But her ability, it there's like all sorts of propaganda that Cloverfield pushes to make her seem like a monster, which is true. She is kind of a monster, I'm not gonna lie. But one of the pieces of propaganda they like to push is that she can kill someone with a single touch, which I'm not going to reveal like how much merit there is to that, so just take it with a grain of salt. But there's rumors around that she can kill someone with a single touch. She's so cutie though, as ever. Yeah, but the way Cloverfield is governed, it's like there's like so many like little things. Like there are so many different interpretations of what reality is, you know? Like the reality of like different situations. There are so many sides. It's not even like um uh, damn, I just lost my train of thought again. This is how desperately I need dinner. I'm waiting though. I'm biding my time with this. But oh yeah, big time. It's if I had to describe the pitch, like of like the morals and whatnot, um, there's a lot of social commentary, uh, surrounding like the government and like just like this type of stories that people tell and like propaganda that's pushed in order to push an agenda, you know? There are so many different things like people could say or do to give other people a different impression and like what kind of resolutions to conflicts and how that can cause more conflicts or actually like a resolution. But yeah, there's like a whole lot of stuff. Whole lot of stuff. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I guess there was a second viewer for a second there. Like I'm looking at my statistics, but neat. Dun dun dun. Gabriel, the guy that I'm drawing right now, he has a lot to do with like all of like the government stuff. Like besides like the government things, because you know, like in a lot of fantasy stories, like they use it as a tool, literary tool to tell stories and like basically share um like the author's views and thoughts on like social situations or uh political situations. And like I use Gabriel as a tool of that. Like he's a little menace. I'm just gonna say that much. He's a little menace. Like you would not want him in office. Hmm. Conflict resolution is like a pretty major thing overall. It's not even just like on a government scale. Like, um, what are we gonna do about this war? What are we gonna do about these social situations and political situations that are like, like how are we going to feed the people this winter or what are we going to do about these rising costs? It's also about like team conflict and all sorts of other things. Like yeah, that sort of stuff. Like you see a lot of stories like they'll have a major conflict, but what if the conflict was how people dealt with conflict itself? Like the whole idea of like why, like why are we like in an idealized perfect world, in an idealized fantasy world, why do we have all these issues, Where did that come from? But yeah, I hope to explore that a little bit with the story. Um Gabriel himself isn't even like just like a politically inclined character. He has like issues of his own. Like as much as he tries to remain impartial and like stay in control basically, like whatever situation he has, he likes to play puppeteer and stuff. Um he absolutely has his own agenda going on. He has like a lot of like personal things that he wants. So like he likes to push the idea a lot that he's not a selfish person. He only does what he does because he cares for people, which that's partially true in a way, but he is very selfish. He has like he's an interesting guy, I'll say that much. But he's got like agendas to push and ideas that um they'll basically be setting motion for things in the future. Um, it's like if like you have a governor who like cuts off all the water supply just to like make a water park for himself, you know? Something like super silly like that. I think one of my favorite uses of like fantasy and like just like storytelling in fantasy in general, like as a plot device to push a narrative, is with zombies. Okay, I love zombies. I love zombie movies. Everything about them. Literally, it is all like I don't care what people say about wanting zombie movies for like action purposes. There is so much more to them. Like the first or not even like the first zombie movie, but the most notable and one of the oldest ones, Night of the Living Dead, is a social commentary on racism and I would say like a little bit of classism too, but yeah, it looks like The Night of the Living Dead is like the first one of the a really early movie just have like a black man play the main character, and it's like I think it was like revolutionary to me. Like you like spoilers, but like he was the only one who survived till the end, and at the end, um, like he died at the end, but he was shot because they thought he was a zombie, and like there's just like a lot of layers to it. There was like a lot of layers to it. Like if you watch the movie yourself, there's just a lot more to it. But The Walking Dead is another good example of zombie movies being used as a literary device in just like a handful of situations. Like uh in the first yeah, in the first or second season, uh it's not really spoilers, it's just like the guy Merle, the like racist white man, like country bumpkin guy, um he's like still actively racist in like the middle of the apocalypse. And then oh, dinner has arrived. But yeah, he's like actively racist and like awful to everyone. Oh yeah, food big time. He's just like an awful guy. Um, yeah, I gotta eat very soon, but I'm just gonna finish coloring this while I talk. But yeah, awful guy. He's like, yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce that word, but yeah, I'm sure. He's like making all like these racist and sexist comments, and like even like a homophobic one, like out of nowhere. He's like, it's like professional hating. I don't even know what else to say about him. He's just like a professional hater. And like it came out of nowhere too, which baffles me sometimes still now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah. Um something like pretty big that Rick says to him is like the fact that there is like there in the zombie apocalypse there is no use for hating on people because of whatever reason you have, you know? Something he says is there is only white meat and dark meat now, you know? And I think that's like a very explicit way to say, like, just to like display like the different ways that zombie movies provide social commentary because like man itself is said to be like, you know, one of the most dangerous things. And you see that a lot in zombie movies. Like it's not even the zombies that are the main threat, they're just used as a way to um push the idea that if you're in a zombie apocalypse and people are like no longer people, they're going rabid and killing each other, then um you're not going to be afraid of the rabid people. You're going to be afraid of like the other people, you know? It is like nuts, actually. Absolutely nuts. Yeah. People in zombie movies are most oftentimes the real monsters. So like in what was it called again? 28 Days Later, the first one. Um, yeah, like the soldiers, towards the end, they're like, they try to assault like a couple of girls and, you know, like just like really messed up things in general. Um, but, yeah, commentary again, like you could see, like, yeah, it's just, it's hard for me to articulate like what I mean, but, if you ever watch a zombie movie, you know, look at the way like people interact with each other and you'll see like a lot more going on between the characters than the monsters. Okay. just about done here. 'Twas fun. 'Twas very fun. Okay. 'Twas fun indeed. Yes, yes. Yeah, we 55 minutes. That's good. Usually I go longer, but I gotta eat, so bye bye.